Hello and welcome to Genevora's running commentary number 33. I'm just going to look at a couple of sayings today that we hear a lot, and one of them is about practice. And the saying is, practice till you can't get it wrong. Don't practice till you get it right, practice till you can't get it wrong. So that's about embedding the habits so that they are always there, available. You're not going to go down the wrong route by accident. You're much more likely to go down the right route. And we know that happens when something is really, really, really familiar, we don't get it wrong. And when we're in the early learning stages, we're more likely for it to make errors, occasional errors. How do we best practice that? Well, the simple answer is repetition. Just repetition over and over again of the task. And does it matter if we make lots of mistakes as we're repeating? Now, one would have thought that the more times you make mistakes, the more times you're embedding the faulty habit, and that it's important that the repetition is accurate. But actually, research shows that making mistakes is very useful. So in the process of repeating the action and making mistakes, what the brain is doing is exploring all the ways that it might go wrong, exploring the possibilities. And rather than forging one direct pathway, it's a broader pathway. We are actually helping our neuroplasticity by finding a better pathway that is stronger through making lots of mistakes. So repetition with or without mistakes is useful, assuming that the goal is in place. So there's no point in repeating something over and over again if you don't know what you're aiming to do with it. You have to have a goal. You have to know that you want it to sound a particular way, or you want it to feel a particular way, or you want to achieve a particular effect. So you have your goal, and then you just repeat until you get nearer to it. So that's one saying. And the other saying is, go away and sleep on it. Why would sleep be useful? It turns out that sleep is incredibly useful because we rehearse our more recent learning during our sleep. So we're embedding those pathways. Another thing that's really useful is just a moment to stop and let things embed in our memory. So when we've learned a new skill in a lesson or in our practice, stop for a moment, pause for a few seconds, do nothing, and let the brain assimilate that information subconsciously. Now, doing nothing is very difficult because we tend to be jittery and flittery and thinking about all sorts of things. So doing nothing is something you may need to practice. But just being calm and still and letting the brain assimilate for a few seconds will help you remember. So have a goal in mind, repeat things more than you think to achieve that goal. So you've practiced until you can't get it wrong, and then go away and sleep on it.